What's up, everybody? I'm going to talk about air filters today per request of one of the viewers. This wife Brittany, she's going to clean the rest of her windows because the pooches got them all slobbered up. Real quick, I will say about this rear cover for the dogs on the road trip. I mean, you can imagine with boxers, we went to Tennessee from northern Ohio, so I mean, to still have door panels and nothing in that cavernous pit, window switches are all clean. I'm gonna tell you, those door panel covers that we have for the dogs in the other video, they really do work really good. And then the hair that seat cover caught is crazy. Like I was super impressed. So much so that when we got where we were going, can't talk. I had to take the cover out and shake it off because it was piled up, and they're short-haired dogs, so that would have been a nightmare in these seats. Like, it would have never came out. And as you'll see, I didn't really do a deep clean after the trip. I just did a quick little vacuum at the local car wash, so you know that's not really thorough. But this was up. Barely any hair everywhere. It's perfect, and I was surprised. There's barely anything in the mat. It really held pretty much everything, and I couldn't be more impressed. For, was that under $80 for everything? I mean, it's probably more around like 70. So perfect. And then, side note, now get on the air filters topic. This little pocket's really good at catching any other hair that, any leftover hair that misses the cover. So, oh, to not live in the city and live by trains and sirens. Eventually. Cool. Anyways, let's, yeah, apologize for that. That EQ2B is working. Can you pop the hood for me there? One of the pups, Turbo, jumped in the front seat while we were outside the car on the road trip. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think you can. Slobbered it up pretty good on the window. But anyways, let's talk about air filters. Alright. One of you asked about the green filter that I had mentioned in the towing video. I love this engine. I've loved this engine ever since they put it in the Escapes, and I used to work on it at the dealership. It's a good little engine. But anyways, it really doesn't need a lot of help to make a little extra power. And the first thing I ordered for this on the engine side, because you know, warranty and all that, is the air filter replacement. That's before they made intakes. They didn't make that AFE intake. They do now. Trains. So, I used to really like trains. I just told my wife that. I don't like them anymore after living here. So, anyways, factory air filter. They're like right down the street too. Terrible. Anyways, factory air filter was brand new. Really didn't need to replace it or anything. It's pretty easy to take this off. You see, you got just the two clips, one up front and one in the back, and then you got little tabs to pull out of. Okay, there's the green filter. This is actually going to be a good inspection because I haven't cleaned this, and if I can get it out with one hand, it's super easy to take out compared to the OE one. Wow, it's still clean as heck. If you watch the videos on YouTube for the green filter, look at that, you can see through it. But it is a very good filter because there's a lot of tiny stuff caught in there. I think they even break it down parts per million and all that. And how much CFM it flows, it's impressive. Fits great. I really don't care for K&N, mainly because they don't seem to flow, and I think they even tested this versus the K&N in some other videos, but they flow, but it seems to get dirty very quickly with all the oil you have to put on it. These came with not that much oil on it. But anyways, green filter and Focus STs and RSs, and they support the EcoBoost community. I'm not sure if they do any others. I'm sure they would, but I know with hot hatch owners, they're really popular. They've been popular, even with the old 2-liter escapes and that. What a weird little... I'm gonna figure all this stuff out too. I don't care for all that. But anyways, see the thickness difference. Number one thing we realized, or we noticed with this filter, was instant fuel economy. Within the first month, we really felt, I mean, the extra, it's not a ton, but you probably, if you drive it nice and use eco mode, it actually, that's not even the best thing about this filter, but it really does make a difference in fuel economy. Can you come hold this for me, please? It really takes, you gotta have both hands. No, the phone.
Okay.
Sorry. So, as far as fuel economy goes, a couple miles per gallon, definitely noticeable on the highway. The city, well, it sounds cool. So, if your wife drives it and she likes the induction noise that it makes, that is definitely notably louder. Maybe not the best gain in the city, because it really makes some noise. You really hear the difference. Simple as that, but I'll say the biggest thing that I noticed with this is throttle response. It drives the way I thought it should when we picked it up. So, being a 2-liter EcoBoost and having 275 horsepower, whatever they rated at, and it's not that heavy of a vehicle. Before, it was a little sluggish, even in normal mode. And the cool part, and I said this like immediately, the second day I drove it with this filter, is eco mode. It's still eco mode, and it really dumbs the throttle down like a lot. It kind of thinks about things a little bit longer, but eco mode drives more like what normal mode used to. So it's a little bit more aggressive than normal used to be with this air filter, and there's no tuning involved with this or anything. No check engine lights. We probably have 2,000 miles on this filter. It was put in right at probably 1,500 miles, and perfect. It's still clean. I can reuse it. Now I will say this: if anybody's interested and they want a discount filter, we might be able to work something out, because I will be probably buying the AFE intake as a late birthday present and doing a video, a birthday present for my wife here, Whitney. But I'll be doing a video on the install for that. But I like the idea of that intake, so I think it might be pretty cool. But anyways, fuel mileage, drivability, and fun noises for $68 or something like that. I mean, pretty good deal if you ask me. And the demonstration videos are just cool to watch. If you watch, I'll post a link in the description for one of the ones that sold me on it. Yeah, that's all I got on the green filter. Just a drop-in panel filter. Been around. K&N does it. I think I like this better than the K&N. I've had K&Ns in other cars, and it seems like just better quality, but same area. Other cool things we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some rigid LED flush mount fog lights, probably with the bezel to kick them out a little bit. They're not going to be fog lights, they're going to be driving lights. So I'm actually going to do it all nice and neat, and it's probably going to come out maybe 1/4 inch or so to try to flatten the beam out. Gonna probably have talk to somebody I know that does 3D printing, see if they can make me a bezel out of ABS. So gonna be amber driving ring. They're the fog light or the driving lights from Rigid that have the amber LED ring around them, the halo. That's gonna be amber, tied in with the park light circuit, real nice and neat, all soldered. And then I'm gonna come up with something that's gonna look nice for a fog light button, driving light button, because I want that flood. So, and then as far as reverse lights go, for towing, or even backing up to a trailer or anything, I do feel these reverse lights are not very good. They're not very bright. You can upgrade that with an LED, but it's only going to be so much of a difference. And I thought about definitely going with the Diode Dynamics, I think they're 3157, something about like 800 lumen or something. But before I do that, because those are $100 for just the two bulbs, before I do that, I am going to install some Rigid pods back here, also flush mount, and I'm going to probably do the math and do a bezel that kicks it out, because these are rounded, pointed towards the ground, and the fronts are rounded and pointed outward. So I'll figure something out to where it fits nice. So, but I think that'll help a lot. And I'm also putting backup lights on the camper too. So, and kind of, I don't know if anybody knows, fire trucks have ground lights. So like underneath the truck, when they put it in, when they pull the parking brake, ground lights come on. Well, I'm gonna put like some sort of ground light deal on the back of the camper, on the back half, and then on the back sides. That way I can see what I'm backing up against, and see the corners of the camper better when it's pitch black at night. So yeah, that's all for now. Really impressed with this thing. Really impressed. I'd say we're probably somewhere around 5,000 miles almost. I mean, it's almost time for the second oil change. So another thing with this truck, Mobil 1 530 full synthetic and a Wix filter seems to be a great combination. It almost got better fuel economy just because of that. So I'd say we're averaging around 26 average right now between highway and city. And then if you get on the highway and go, we just took a road trip. It was probably I'd say it's about 2,000 mile road trip, something like that. 1,800 give or take. We saw 32 almost consistently in eco mode, doing 70 miles an hour on the highway. So out of a full-size all-wheel drive, well, I'll say a full mini-size all-wheel drive pocket pickup truck, 32 is pretty good, if you ask me. And that's hauling all of our luggage, the two dogs and their big boxers, and then us included. So we definitely did have stuff in the truck. So don't regret this purchase. And I think I've been tossing it around. I think the Focus is going to get replaced with a hybrid. Now that being said, the Focus will be here for a while, because the hybrids are notoriously longer to get delivered. So definitely going to probably put in an order for a base hybrid just for me, for a work truck, if you will, because, well, my Focus gets 30 miles a gallon, and a hybrid Maverick with the little truck bed gets like 38 in the city. So, or 44 in the city, 38 on the highway. So I'll take it. Seems pretty smart to me, and they're not that expensive. So I was looking to get in a Mazda 3. I like Mazdas. We have a Mazda, very zoom friendly. But you could spend $23,000 on, or $21,000 to $23,000 on a new Mazda 3 sedan, or you can get a Maverick for like $1,000 less after everything and all that. it seems like a no-brainer to me because the Mazda only gets a max of like 38 on the highway, so that's a no-brainer. So just simple logic, I feel, anyways. But yeah, so it's been a little drawn out. It's good to make a video on the thing, let you know how it's working out for us. But yeah, cover, did that video on the rough country cover. I mean, it's been weathered now, sun, everything, no cracking. We use it. It hasn't moved or anything. One thing I did notice, air comes through this tailgate like mad when you're driving down the road. There's a big gap right here that you can see inside. So what happens is this turns when you're, especially if you're towing something with a flat face like the camper and you're getting the swirl, it'll come up a little bit. It'll come up about to its max, but it doesn't seem to bother it. I've checked the bracing and the clamps and nothing's moved. And like I say, we use it. And as far as there's claims of this being too small, that was one of my worries about the strip in the back. Well, I've yet to put that strip on, the little camper sealer strip, and we have had like some hardcore rain and not had any problems with water in this thing. Even through a car wash, you'll see maybe just a tiny couple drips, you know, on the edge here, but nothing up front, which is pretty cool. So for under $300, that was a solid investment if you ask me. To get you rolling at least. I mean, yeah, will we like a hard one we can stand on? Absolutely, but we'll get there. Those are expensive. So, all right, see you guys later.